Good afternoon. My name is Trevor Jenkins. My teacher is Paul Gaspage. Whoa. 6 feet back, mask on, mask up. The Zoom code for class is lowercase s, capital Y, capital L, capital D, lowercase e, 8. Let's go to Taco Bell real quick. I want a Crunchwrap Supreme, a quesarito, and maybe I'll try those new nacho fries. This is life in the panoramic. My fault. I meant to say pandemic. I have a routine. I wake up, go to school, go to sleep. It doesn't really matter what happens in between, right? Or at least that's what we tell ourselves. Tiring, tragic, terrible, detrimental, distant, disconnected, and political. These are some of the words to describe life and the pandemic. Is it the truth, you may ask? And I have to say, yes, it is, because these are the words from my classmates to describe the world that we now live in. Our new normal, a life and the pandemic. 363,000. There have been over 363,000 deaths of coronavirus in the United States of America. 27 million. There have been over 27 million cases, and that's just in the United States. Men, women, children, all races, all ethnicities. Yet we didn't believe it was real. I wake up in the morning and I'm fine. I can eat, I can walk, I can go to school, and I can talk to my friends. At the same time, there are other people who can't. Their lives are on the tip of their fingers, and they're grasping and holding for it back. But sometimes they can't. You see, what about those 663,000 people who have died? What about their family members? Those who can no longer wake up in the morning and express their love and their gratitude and their care for their family members or their friends? What about those who can no longer wake up in the morning and say, hey dad, hey mom, I love you. Thank you for raising me the way you did. Or how about those who are not dead yet? What about the 27 million people who are struggling to survive each and every day? Those who are slowly recovering or those who are slowly dying? Is it fair for them to be living like this? Is it fair for them to not be able to see their loved ones? To not be able to get out of bed, to be fed through a tube? Is that fair? I cannot possibly accurately describe life in the pandemic. However, if I were to try, I'd have to take you back up until the time of March 2020. Who was I? Well, I was a blonde-haired boy, no piercings, average teenager. I was content and happy with the life that I was living. I had no complaints. I had no worries about life in the future. Now, let's fast forward a few months. Who am I now? What have I become? Well, during the months of 2020, I had many suicidal thoughts, and twice I tried to act on those thoughts. I'm happy that they did not succeed. However, I know that is not a reality for all people. The suicidal rates in 2020 increased by at least 25%. The amount of people struggling mentally increased astronomically. I wake up in the morning and I am fine. I appear to be fine. However, in my mind, there's a battle going on between the different demons. Those who tell me stay in bed. Those who tell me you're not worth it. And I try each and every day to get the motivation to get up out of bed and to continue on with my life. I see a counselor every Monday around 2 p.m. I see my friends every day. I see my teachers. I see different adults every single day. Are these things beneficial to me? Some, yes. Others, no. When you look up at the sky, what color is it that you see? Is it blue? Is it gray? Is it orange or is it red sometimes? Because when I look up at the sky, it's gray most of the time. For some, the sky is blue in the morning and they can't wait to go on with their days. They can't wait to see people and they can't wait to express their love. While for others, like me, life is long and hard, and sometimes we want to give up. Sometimes, no matter who is there in our lives, our friends, our teachers, our parents, it doesn't matter. Life and the pandemic, 2020, 2021, has amplified these concerns, has amplified the feelings of worthlessness, the feelings of that maybe I should die. It's not beneficial for me. It's not beneficial for anyone to have these kind of thoughts amidst a global pandemic. There are some people who are benefiting from the coronavirus outbreak. Those who are in high positions in corporations. Those who have millions of dollars. But guess what? They choose not to help. When they could be helping pick someone off the ground, when they could be helping those living on the streets, those who are now in poverty, they choose not to. They choose not to help anyone besides themselves. They go and get the new iPhone 12. They go and buy fancy food at restaurants. But they can't help someone on the street with a child who's hungry. Someone who's all alone in the world, and especially during a pandemic, no one is there. I would be lying to you if I were to say that COVID-19 is the only thing killing people. People are struggling mentally. People are dying each and every day. Some from COVID-19, some from their mentality, some at the hands of other people. It's not beneficial and it's not fair, but it is the truth. Luckily, I have had friends and adults who have helped guide me each and every way. Goodwill and friendships is not something that all people can think of when it comes to their mind. Some people, they're lost. In the world, they have no clue where they want to go, and sometimes they do give up. A friend to me is someone who, when you're down in a ditch, they pull you back out. A friend is when you're in a dark tunnel and you can't see the light, they'll be at the end shining the flashlight so you can see. Jim Butcher once said, "Those who stand by you when all things go to hell, they are your family." My friends have become my family. When I was struggling, when I wanted to give up, when I told myself you're not enough, they were there. They got me through the worst times in my life, and they got me through 2020. They got me through life and the pandemic. I tell you all these things about me not to gain pity from you for me, but instead to let you in the mind of a teen. To let you see the perspective of life in the pandemic from a teen like me and from those who cannot speak anymore. I hope you've enjoyed my speech, and I so desperately hope that you can share your idea of life in the pandemic personally with me. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.